We found this underneath the truck. Nothing. I need the Pope to bless this belt.
I need to empty my bank account. Yeah, they got a speed bump.
The shitty thing is we didn't bring any tools to put this back on. Dude, we're lucky one of those didn't go on the freaking turbo. Hello everyone, it's your boy Alec coming back to you with another video. You can see we got a little change of scenery here. We got the T6 Turbo GMC in the home garage, and that's a good sign. In today's video, we finally got this thing tuned. It didn't go without a fight though. You'll see that. We're working on 6 summer prep, getting this thing shook down, finding problems, fixing them, and that kind of stuff. So enjoy today's video. We're about to make this thing real fast.
Some fingers, I can't see squat.
I can't see shit either.
What's Dale doing? Oh, yeah.
Well guys, we are officially on our way to Dubuque. You can see we got the GMC behind us. You guys probably saw the last video of us getting the turbo kit thrown on. And so we're on our way. We're about 45 minutes away or so. And the truck's been towing really nice. The way the trailer is set up is just freaking perfect. I'm really happy with it. My crew cab EcoBoost is a towing dream. 181 degrees on the coolant and 176 on the trans. We've been towing for an hour and 20 minutes now. We're gonna get over to Dubuque. Hopefully we can do our first start, do a hot check it over, make sure we ain't got anything wrong, and then let Tyler do his thing, Tyler Cyper at Cyper Performance. And yeah, let's hope today goes well, because if it doesn't, I don't know what we're doing about 6 summer. So as you guys saw, we are here at Cyper Performance right now, or as you just saw, Tyler got the truck running as it should. So they're tuning some other stuff. We're getting fuel swapped out on this thing, so we're gonna put ethanol in it. It's got like E20 in it. He was reading the sensor, so we're gonna get this guy filled up, get the tank drained. We're doing that with HP tuners, commanding the fuel pump on, and we will get ready to go tune this thing on ethanol. Alrighty, well, Tyler kicked me out of his shop, so I went and had some lunch at the old Buffalo Wild Wings, and look at this shit right here. When it's not one thing, it's another. Well guys, unfortunately we ran into issues and we are going home with the truck mostly untuned. Really sucks. We don't really have time for this with sick week coming up, and also the things that aren't working are things that should be working. So we are throwing belts, got a bad tensioner. We have an 8-pound spring in it. We're making like 18 pounds on just wastegate according to the boost controller. So what's the problem? Don't know. We're gonna take it home, try and figure it out. We're gonna try and do some remote tuning before sick week, drive it on sick week, and then bring it back sometime after that. But it's drivable, just not rippable yet. All right guys, so here's our tensioner. You can see we're right in the middle, and I have no pressure on this. So this is what Tyler was running into. This is why it's throwing belts, because the tensioner locks up. Look at that, right there. It's all the way tensioned. It's not coming back. Bro, what the fuck? Look at that.
It sounds crusty.
Yeah, that thing's fucking junk. All right, well, we'll throw on our made in Indonesia And I figured out what's wrong with the wastegate already. Didn't even have to hardly look at it to figure it out. We have the opposite, so these have 2 ports on the bottom and 2 on the top, and we didn't plug the open ports. So big dummy move. Cost me a day of tuning, a day of driving a truck 2 hours away and 2 hours home, a day of trailer rental, a day of all that stuff because I didn't put ports in the top and bottom. So I probably should have looked at it more before I gave up, but we're gonna remote tune this sucker now with Tyler and a wideband. We got a wideband already, so we're gonna plug that in into our RTD and do some remote tuning, and we should be good. Alrighty, well, I've never seen this before. And we're still missing pieces. Dude, we're lucky one of those didn't go on the freaking turbo.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Like day one, no air filter, just raw dog in life.
I mean, I'm sure.
And it goes in the freaking.
There's probably some that went into there.
Probably. Yikes.
That would have been a showstopper.
Yeah, that would have sucked. So we actually snapped the tensioner, which is, I don't know if that's cool or not. I'm not very pleased about it, but we did it. So I guess if we're going to do it, we got to do it right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Made like 11 there, which is still a little high, but it's not 18, so that's good. Well, mission success. We're making 11 pounds on an 8-pound spring, which is so much better than what it was before. So we're gonna put the 5-pound spring in it. We just got the wastegate spring changed out. I have to say, easiest freaking wastegate spring I have ever done. I'm super happy with that. That's one of the big advantages to this turbo kit. So we got the wastegate spring changed. So we went from the blue spring that was in it to, we got the red spring in there now, which is supposed to be 5 PSI. So we'll see, what do you think it's gonna make? Predictions? 7? 7? Yeah.
With the other spring, if that was an 8-pounder and we were making 11 and a half, I'm gonna say 7.
Yeah, probably. 7's probably a pretty good guess. 6.5 is gonna be my guess, but that might be a little low. So I'm gonna check that AN fitting just real quick, but I think we're ready to go test it. Bueno?
Bueno.
All right, well, we just came back from a run. What did it end up making, Bailey?
Peak boost 7.
But what was it on the spring?
3.5, 4.
Yeah, so weird enough. This is kind of a strange concept to me, but I think maybe the O-ring around the outer ceiling flange of that top hat might have had a little bit of a leak on the 8-pound spring, because now we put a 5-pound spring in it and it didn't even make 5 pounds. Whereas before we had an 8-pound spring and it made 3 pounds more. So either we had a little bit of leak or that spring's a little bit proud. It's fine though, because dialing in a truck for the first time on 8 pounds of boost is kind of crazy when you got a turbo as big as this. So we'll leave it on the 5-pound spring for now. We can still make 8-9 pounds with the boost controller turned all the way up. And so all we got to do is tap into the 5-volt reference signal for the wideband O2, and then we can start data logging this thing. So let's get right into that. So I went home, grabbed the package that we needed, and you're looking right at it. So this is an HP Tuners Pro Link, they call it. And this little cable device here with 2 analog inputs, a ground, and 2 CAN bus inputs is $50 freaking. So we had to buy this because GM trucks, one thing that really sucks about working on these is there's very few things that really suck, but one thing that really sucks is these trucks never came factory with wideband O2 sensors. And so when you tune these, you have to either put your own wideband O2 in it, or you have to have the truck set up with a wideband, and then we have to tap into it with this, which is what we're gonna do, because my truck has a wideband in the downpipe. So we're only using 2 of the factory sensors as our upstreams. They're on the manifold and the crossover. And then our downstream is my own wideband, which is an AEM X series. So I have the 5-volt signal going inside to the GFB G-Force 3 boost controller. The GFB is my gauge for the wideband. It shows me air, fuel, and boost, of course, and is our boost controller. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go find that wire underneath the dash, and we might have to ground it as well, which is the black wire. So we can use either red or blue for our 5-volt signal, and then we might have to ground it. I went and picked up some of these, which are like, I'm gonna use these only because it's on the inside. They're like a wire tap. So you put it together, you splice it in right there, you close it like a clamshell, and then you can put one of these cords on it. So that's what we're gonna do for the power and the ground. We will extend these wires on the ProLink a little bit because we're gonna need to. And once we get that set, we can go do some data logs. Alrighty, so here's our ProLink all hooked up. So I'm using the red and the black just because it's easy to keep track of. I put a little wire extension on there, and then I got our 2 pins. So we got our black as our ground and our red is our 5-volt source. So what we're gonna do is get those plugged into the wires for my wideband. We're gonna plug this into the end of the RTD, and then we gotta pull this up as a PID on HP tuners, and then we are good to go do some freaking rips. Well, I'm really freaking hopeful today goes better than last night. You can see it's the next day over here, and last night we just could not get the thing to connect. No matter what I tried, what I resynced, what YouTube video I watched, we couldn't get it to connect. It had a red circle with a line through it, and long story short, Tyler thinks he's got it figured out. He had to buy Pro for my device, which I'm not sure really in the grand scheme of things what that actually means, but it's HP tuners wanting more money. So hopefully we can get this thing fired up and get connected to it and go do some data logs. Well, just my luck, we finally get stuff figured out a little bit, and it starts friggin' raining. Which ain't a big deal because it's all-wheel drive and it's on like 3.5 pounds, and we're not gonna make any fucking steam, but we got it figured out. We got air fuel data logging, so we're gonna go make a couple runs and send it off to Tyler, see what he thinks. Alrighty guys, this thing's a little loud, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Alrighty, we're doing some data logs for Tyler here. We got everything working, everything's recording as it should. We're still on our base tune, so we're gonna let her eat.
Dude, just start that. I couldn't even hold on to the phone.
Dude, that's like the calmest, that has to be the calmest 0 to 100 that I've ever done. This thing is like, that's gotta be like a 12-second pass if I had to guess. Because that is, there's like no drama, it doesn't care, it just goes. And it pulls like the same the whole time. Alright, we're gonna turn up the boost a little bit. We're gonna put it on setting 6, so now it's gonna make like probably 7.5 pounds or so.
Damn, bro. That felt great.
It feels real good. I mean, it's like, seriously, it's no drama. It doesn't make any noise, doesn't squeal the tires. It just like gets off the line kind of boring and then just like plants it and goes. It's like, it's a weird feeling. It feels slower than last year just because the launch isn't as violent, but I think the back half is faster, like from 1/8 mile to quarter. You know, that like 70 miles an hour to like, well, I'm not gonna say how far, but it feels good. So we'll get those sent off to Tyler and he'll send us a revision back and we'll see you in a little bit. this thing's slow as shit. He's just loving it. Alright, let's launch this sucker. We got no one behind us. So we got it on like setting 2 right now. So what you want to do is put your left foot on the brake. You're going to have to 2-foot it. Kind of like you're driving a manual.
Yep.
Yep. And then keep your left foot on the brake and bring the RPMs up to like 3,500. And then let off the brake.
Alright.
And put your foot to the floor.
That was a terrible launch, but I still loved it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta like, it's kind of weird.
You gotta give it right away?
You gotta like, you just gotta put a little more brake into it because it kind of started to like inch on you a little bit there.
Yep.
But yeah, just put a little bit more brake into it. And nice little 0 to 100 kilometers. Cool. It still gets there pretty good, like even with the boost turned all the way down.
Yeah.
That was fun. It's definitely weird being over here, like, and trying to hold the camera and all that shit.
I'll give you one where you can't hold the camera.
Yeah, let's turn it up. We'll give you like almost all the sauce. So do the same thing as last time.
Alright, you ready?
Yep.
I love it! I need it! Oh. I'm so happy.
That's pretty fun. That was a good launch.
I'm so happy. I got the 4 on that.
Yeah.
I had to hit the brake again, got up to 4.
Yeah.
There we go.
And that's why we installed that 2-step, because like it's so hard to do it consistently every time. So you just hold that button, and that's a whole another teaching lesson. That's another chapter in your book. There is the 2-step. But all the data looked really good, so I'm happy with that. What'd you think of that? We got Smokey in the background.
Dude, that was too much fun.
It was too much fun.
I need to empty my bank account.
Yeah.
And get one.
I'm real good at making people empty bank accounts at this point.
Yep. I know what I'm buying next.
Yeah, he was saying that we've always talked about building them maybe a supercharged truck just to be a little different. And I think the turbo bug bit him now because
it's fun. It's nice.
It's good. It's real good. So I think we got a gasket on the turbo feed. That is no bueno.
What makes you think that?
Maybe the fact that it looks like a chimney and it doesn't stop ever.
It looks a lot cooler when the hood's down. It actually does look like a chimney.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to put a gasket or like some gasket maker or something on that. I'm not sure.
See if I can hold the phone.
It feels about like the last one.
Yesterday?
Yeah, doesn't it? See, that's why we need the draggy working.
Yeah, I can't tell. It's hard to tell. To me, it sounds a little bit better.
Piece of shit draggy's still not working. I'm gonna turn this sucker up. The full enchilada.
What do you think?
I think it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong after that pull.
Like, that was a full fucking beans in it.
Last year we were squealing tires and...
Well, I didn't boost launch it.
Oh.
I just let off the brake and put my foot to the floor because I want him to see what it does like off the line.
Gotcha.
And when we boost launch it, then it's not really doing off the line stuff. So. We did some pulls. I mean, it still feels good. It just doesn't feel any different than what we were getting the other day. Hopefully he was just needed some different data. That's why he sent me back a scaled tune. But hopefully we can start making some progress here. And I'm kind of pissed that my draggy ain't working. I don't know what's going on here. I stick it in the stake pocket because it's outside, so it gets better satellite like that. I've never had a problem with it in the stake pocket. Now it's not working. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, we'll get these data logs sent off to Tyler and get them back and go for another run here in a second. Alrighty, guys. We ran into problems again. We got coolant all over the place, and we started taking a look, and you might see it already, but we got a belt all wrapped up where it shouldn't be. So we threw a belt off again, and there's our brand new tensioner. So that's cool. I'm not sure where the rest of the tensioner is, but it's no longer in the truck.
No bueno.
Oh God, that is awesome. I guess we'll go steal a tensioner off the white GMC and throw it on here. Wow, guys, it's been freaking crazy. So I'm back over at the shop, of course, and we're over here flashing revision number 6 from Tyler Cyper into the truck right now. We've been fighting the issues. Last night was an absolute fucking disaster, and I'll say that straight to this thing's face. It blew up the tensioner that I put on it after we blew up the first tensioner. So it blew up the second tensioner. It was a made in India unit. Didn't have huge confidence in it. And I don't know if something's causing these tensioners to blow up or if I'm just getting junk ones. So I stole the OEM tensioner off the white GMC. I did order another one, a Delco one, but I stole it off the white GMC. We went and did logs again last night, and then after those pulls, it shot the dipstick out, which is never a good sign. That means that you got some crankcase pressure. So it did that. So not only did we have coolant all over the place because it overheated when it threw the belt because of the tensioner, but then we have fucking oil over the place. So needless to say, it's been a struggle, and now the truck's like breaking up a little bit or cutting up. So I did have a check engine light in there for a mass air flow sensor low and flow sensor high code. I'm hoping that's it. Maybe that's from lack of voltage because we didn't have charging system. I have no clue. I should put plugs in it if I knew that it was breaking up because of plugs. I have a set of plugs. It's cold. This would be a good time to put them in, but these plugs are freaking like brand new. They have like, 100 miles on them, and it's all been tuning, which could mean they're bad. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I don't really feel like doing them until I rule out all the variables from last night, and then we try again today. And if it breaks up today, then I'll put plugs in it. I don't even know if it's breaking up because it could be torque converter issues too, because the whole truck's just kind of doing like this a little bit, like oscillating almost while you're accelerating. So I got no freaking clue. It's over here flashing. Dale's on his way over. I'm gonna check the catch cans just to make sure those things are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And let's get into some more pulls, hopefully more successful than yesterday. Alrighty guys, I pulled out the condensing material, which is just like steel wool inside the catch cans. And I pulled out about 3/4 of it and put about 1/4 of the amount in as new steel wool. So we'll see if that, I was just wondering if that's maybe too restrictive what I had in there. I had quite a bit in there. We got a little bit less in there. We cleaned everything up. We got the new tune flashed in it. Old Dale and I are gonna go for a rip, see how she does. We have a new methodology here. Every time we go watt, we're gonna freaking open the hood and just check on it because
Could have been bad.
it could have been bad. Yeah, not only the coolant and it overheating, but also it spraying oil all over the place. Like it could have been real bad. So we're gonna check on it until it gives us some confidence and we do, consistent rips without it giving us issues. But we're gonna go give her a shot, see if she's still like kind of cutting up or not. We'll see if we gotta do plugs in it. We're doing, we got revision number 6. Gonna do a full throttle rip here on pretty much all the boost, and we'll see how she goes.
power steering?
Yep. That's a win. I can feel it surging a little bit, so I think I'm going to put plugs in it.
Alright.
Maybe not right now, but at some point.
Be a good idea.
We'll see if there's a tensioner on it still.
I'm hoping there's a tensioner on it.
Well, we got power steering, so there should be. So as you saw, revision 6 went okay. We're still breaking up a little bit, so I'm going to do just a spark plug change on this thing and check over the plug wires. It's before work. I came over here this morning and we're going to get this knocked out, go send some logs off to Tyler, and then go to work and hopefully come back and send some more logs. Just keep this thing moving along. This is what you got to do. Wake up early before work and come to the shop and get some stuff done. We'll get this knocked out and go run this thing. Alrighty guys, well I just pulled off cylinder number, I think the passenger side's 246, pretty sure. So this will be cylinder number 6. And here's the spark plug wire. And you can see there is absolutely no contact there, just a little spring. So we probably just found our problem. I have to say overall these A-cell or A-cell wires, I'm not super impressed with them. They're, you know, pretty expensive, and I've had nothing but issues with like the porcelain cracking and that kind of stuff, and now that with that breaking. So I'm not super impressed. They were the only things that would really work with the On3 kit, but now that we have the Huron Speed kit, there's a lot more options that we can use. So I'm running 3 blue Taylor wires on the truck, and I'm running 5 A-cell ceramic wires. So we need to get cell wires for this thing eventually. All one color would be nice too. So maybe I'll buy some more blue Taylor wires. I don't know if I should put plugs in it or not at this point. I'm just not sure if I need to. I only got like 100 miles on them. I didn't put plugs in it just because if I don't have to, I'm not gonna. I think that's our issue. So let's go do some data logs and see if we got it fixed. Got back, you saw the draggy runs from us out there. I'm mostly happy, not necessarily with the results, but I'm happy with the truck. That spark plug wire was definitely our issue. Running on 7 cylinders makes less horsepower than 8. So we got that figured out. I'm really pumped about that. Tensioner stayed on, catch cans are breathing because I didn't shoot the fucking dipstick out of the thing. We turned it up to like 12.5, 13 pounds. And she finally ran a time close to what we ran for a best time last year. So it ran in 11.1 in the quarter. Our launch wasn't very good because I didn't leave in any boost, basically. You saw the clip before that, it did a 4-wheel burnout and I had to put a shit ton of wheel in it. So there's a happy medium in there for the street. I will tell you guys, eventually, when I sell some stuff and get some stuff moved around, I'm gonna buy a set of NT 555 R2s for this thing. Get a stickier tire on it. But for now, we gotta work with what we got. On prep at sick week, this thing's still gonna be gripped up just fine. So we're working through it. We're finally running times close to what we ran last year, which is an achievement of some sorts with how many things we've been running into for problems with this. It's really not an achievement yet, but Tyler's probably got a lot more to go. So I sent the logs off to him. I'm gonna go to work, put in a couple hours there, and then I'm already above my 40 yesterday. So I'm gonna put in a couple hours, we'll get a tune back from him, and then we'll go do it again. So see you in a little bit. didn't bring any tools to put this back on. Are you home?
Am I home? Yeah, I'm home, but I'm getting ready to go to the rehearsal. What's up?
I need like a 13mm socket and a wrench. I could try and call Nording too, but I'm sitting on the side of the road, so.
What happened?
I threw the belt off this thing again.
13mm socket and a wrench?
Yeah. Like 2 corners from here.
Hello.
Hey, are you home?
No, I'm at work yet.
What the fuck?
Hey, I'm dedicated unlike you.
I thought you were leaving.
No. I'm gonna get out here pretty quick. I gotta go to Orfordville to pick up my car.
Ah, alright.
Oh, you need something?
Oh, I'm just threw the belt off my truck and, you know, I could use a 13mm socket and a ratchet, but, you know.
Where are you at? You need me to... I guess I'd have to go home to grab something.
I'm basically at your house, yeah. So no, but
I can run home first and get you what you need.
No, I don't need it that bad. Brandon's just down the road, so.
Oh yeah, Brandon's there. You should go bug him.
Yeah, I'm going
he probably owes you money yet for snow plowing anyways.
Probably.
Alright.
Alright, let's do this. You motherfucker. Not in neutral. Back in the garage today doing a couple things on the GMC. So as you can see back here on the rear of the truck, we got this like spotting going on. It's not trying to be a Dalmatian, but it kind of looks like one. So we had the transfer case output shaft seal right here was bad and it was leaking from here. So we just replaced that seal right there. So we got that guy switched out. And then I'm going to show you something that we did with the belt, and we're going to give that a shot and see if it works. So here's the new setup that we're going to try. So this idler wheel right here is now using one of the alternator bolts. And this is a thing that I found on the Performance Trucks Facebook group. Some guy that said that he had good luck with this. So we had to put a couple washers in here just to space it out. There you go. So we got that on there. We're going to give that a shot, see if it still throws belts. And if it does, what do you mean?
It won't.
It won't. Yes, I like your optimism. And if it does, we still got a couple other tricks up our sleeves, but we really got to get this figured out because I'm tired of freaking throwing belts.
We got a week.
Yeah, we got a week. So we're going to go give this a shot. Oh, and we found the, from the O'Reilly's tensioner that we broke, we found this underneath the truck.
It was above the skid plate.
Yeah, it was in the above the skid plate underneath the truck. So, yeah, we got that. So here's our pile of broken tensioners. Graveyard. Yep. So we're gonna put a new tune in this thing and go take it for a rip.
say I heard the same pop. I do not. I heard that same pop when you let off.
Yeah.
Which I thought was the exhaust.
That smells like rubber though. Alright, well that did not fix our problem. So now we're gonna try a balancer.
Damn.
It feels really good right up until it stops working. Fucking gonna be hot. Came prepared this time, boys and girls. It's called PPE tools. It's amazing what that concept is. Oh, sweetie, please stop throwing belts.
I tried saying no a bunch of times before we filmed this, saying it wasn't going to come off. That didn't do
I
nothing.
need the Pope to bless this belt. That was way faster than waiting for your buddies to pick up the phone. Let's go cool this thing off. Alrighty guys, well we just got back from a little beat and run and we did still chuck the belt off here, so that probably means that I have something bad in the front drive of this thing. So I am gonna steal the harmonic balancer off of the white GMC as my parts rig for now. We're gonna steal the balancer off that and just see if that's the issue. So we'll do that tomorrow. We're gonna make the exhaust tomorrow and then we'll kind of start hopefully really dialing this thing in. Fill me in, what'd we do?
You replaced the tensioner because we got a new tensioner.
We did get, we got a new Delco tensioner, yep.
And then we fixed the,
Power
put me
steer-
on the spot.
power
Yeah,
steer-
power steering pump.
Yeah.
Made it flush.
So what we did, we were looking at the white GMC and we noticed that the power steering was flush. The pulley was flush with the actual power steering pump on the inside. So we got it flush on this truck, and then after that I noticed the back side furthest away back in here had a bunch of rubber on it, and that's probably why the belt was getting thrown. We're gonna go test it. But we stole the belt off this truck. We put the old tensioner that we stole from this truck back on. So this has the turbo truck's belt. This truck had a really nice belt on it. So now it's on the turbo truck to hopefully not get thrown off and destroyed. But we got a brand new Delco tensioner, as Dale mentioned, different belt, push the power steering pump back. So now we're just gonna go see if it worked.
We'll be good.
This is revision 8. We're gonna boost launch this sucker, see how it goes. Yep. Alrighty, well we did some welding and burned in some welds on this puppy. So we got our little piece to go between the 4-inch downpipe and our exhaust we had last year, which is over there. So we're gonna get this thrown in the truck, and I am super looking forward to having exhaust on this thing because it's been rough not having one. Everyone that is watching this video that's had open exhaust underneath their vehicle, it's no bueno. No bueno. So let's get this thrown on and I'm ready to have my relatively quiet truck again. So my oil feed was leaking. Had this old O-ring in there. It's pretty much flat. And that's why it was leaking. So we threw a new O-ring in there, and then Dad and I made a gasket for it to go on just as an extra countermeasure. So we're gonna get that thrown on and hopefully no more smoke coming from underneath the hood. This truck has been 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat on its old turbo kit, and the truck ran a 3.5 second 0 to 60 and still ran an 11:30. or an 1127 or whatever it was. I'll put it up on the screen. But if you take 5/10 off that, the truck ran a 10.8. It just didn't 0 to 60 the way that we wanted it to. Well, guys, I was going to leave you hanging on a hypothetical there, but I just can't do it to you. As much as I wanted to get this video out a couple days ago, I am going to run a 10 in this video just to show you guys that it can. I'm excited for it. I just put a little bit more spring in it because we were only making like 12 pounds. So we're trying to get it closer to 14, 15. So we're going to go try it out with a little bit more spring in it. It's dirty. I'm taking it to get an alignment right now, actually. My appointment's at 8. So we got to scoot over there and get that. And then we'll go run a little time in it, see how she feels. So we tried to run a good pass yesterday, and the truck ended up getting a little bit lean near the 1-2 shift. So we sent a log off to Tyler. That was revision number 10. I just flashed in revision number 11. So we're gonna go take this thing for a drive and see if we can finally crack off a 10-second pass. I got my fingers crossed. Alrighty guys, well this is what I'm dealing with. I don't know if it's just them trying to sell Draggy Pros or what, but ever since that new Draggy came out, I cannot get my Draggy to connect to satellites. Like I've been sitting here for like 15-20 minutes and it just will not connect. I've been having problems with this like a lot. And then we turn the duty cycle up to like 80% on the boost controller and it's still getting lean on me. So I'm recording that right now. But yeah, I'm just, you know, I've been fighting. I wanted to put this video out on Monday. It's Friday, and I just, every time I try and get something out, I just run into problems. Finally made it happen, boys. Hell yeah. All right, well, we finally got the Draggy to work. It was a little lean. It's like 12.1, 12.2. We got good data. It's warm. Intake air temps are like in the 110s and above, but we finally got our quarter-mile pass in the 10s. Thank God. Well, guys, I'm ecstatic about the 1090. It's still slow. We're at 55% duty cycle on the boost controller, so we're not even like getting crazy with it. But this video was long, and I will gladly admit that we overcame a lot of issues in this video. We finally got the truck tuned. It's running. It's going way faster than we can run on 6 Summer, which, by the way, I hope you guys are pumped for 6 Summer content. Hopefully I can see some of you guys there if you're going to be at any of the tracks. Check out the 6 Summer website in the description below and see if any of them are close to you in the Wisconsin, Iowa area. But I'm really happy with the truck. Thank you guys so much for all the recent subscribers, all the support on the channel. Make sure that you drop a like down below. Make sure that you subscribe. And until I see you guys in the next one, we're going to go drag racing this thing. Peace.